Hello everybody, Interi back again with another video to talk about this match that just ended between Federer and Tsitsipas in the ATP Tour Finals in the semi-final. And before this match, my dear friends, I predicted Federer to win. How could I go against Federer after that beast mode performance against Novak Djokovic 2 days ago? And I said that I cannot go against Federer after seeing that masterclass performance 2 days ago. And I believe that Federer would win this one in straight sets. Talk about being way wrong. This match was a straight sets victory, but not for Federer, but it was for Stefanos Tsitsipas. After a horrible performance from Roger Federer. Yes, he was horrible. Even if we have some of you who are shaking your heads, don't shake your heads. This was not an average Federer. This was a horrible Federer. Federer translated himself from beast mode on Thursday to horrible on Saturday. I didn't expect Federer to do a beast mode match. You know that I said on my preview a couple of hours ago that you cannot do too many of beast mode matches on a tennis season. You maybe will do 3, 4, maximum 5 on a tennis season. And I didn't for sure expect Federer to do a beast mode match just 2 days later. But I didn't expect Federer to go down as low as horrible, because he was horrible. You cannot expect to defeat a top 8 player like Stefanos Tsitsipas. You cannot expect to defeat a super talented player like Stefanos Tsitsipas with 29 unforced errors, with 21 winners, with 56% first serves in. Federer isn't the player nowadays when he's 38 years old who can challenge can he do sometimes, who can take down top players like Tsitsipas from the baseline. He cannot take them down from the baseline. He needs to shorten up the points with his help of his serve, like he did against Djokovic, like he did against Berrettini, like he did against Nadal in that Wimbledon semi-final, and like he has done against other players the entire season 2019. But when his serve doesn't work, 56% first serves in, you will be in big trouble, because Stefanos Tsitsipas will make you pay, and he did him. And Stefanos did make Federer to pay. My dear God. And if this was not enough, all the breakpoint opportunities, Federer had 12 breakpoint opportunities. 6 in the first set, didn't convert to any of them. 6 in the second set, did convert only 1 of them. He breaks Stefanos' serve only 1 time of 12 breakpoint opportunities. Federer was only 8% of converting breakpoint opportunities. And Stefanos, on the other hand, he had 4 breakpoint opportunities, and he braked Federer 3 times. Stefanos was 75% of converting breakpoint opportunities. 75%. And he was 92% of saving breakpoint opportunities. When Federer lost that Australian Open match against Stefanos earlier this year in Melbourne, Federer had 12 breakpoint opportunities. In that match, Federer converted 0. In this match, Federer converted 1. You cannot expect to be victorious when you have these kind of many chances and don't take your chances. You cannot, not only in tennis, but in all sports. When you have your chances, you have to take them. And Federer, and it is like this with Federer. When Federer loses, he doesn't lose by being super great, or by doing a lot of winners, or by taking it to his opponent. He loses by missing a lot of opportunities. He loses by doing a lot of unforced errors. That's why I have said before that Federer is the player, but when it comes to these big 3, Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer, Federer is the biggest Santa Claus of these 3. Why? Because he gives on the tennis court. I don't care if you give me thumbs down. I am not here to lie. I am here to give the truth. I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this for famous. I'm doing this because tennis is my passion, and I'm gonna give my truthful opinions all the time. When Federer plays good, I will raise him. I will praise him what he deserves. When he plays bad, I will give my honest truth. I will not be like other YouTubers on internet, and when they claim that Federer was really good, when one of the YouTubers said in Shanghai Federer was playing really good. Absolutely not. He was not good in Shanghai, and he was good here in London until this match. He did a solid match against Team. He was not bad against Team. He was not horrible against Team. Team took it to Federer in the first match. Federer did a solid match against Team, but he could not do nothing against Team because Team was really, really good in that first match. Against Berrettini, Federer was solid as well. Against Djokovic, Federer was beast mode. Against Tsitsipas, Federer was horrible. You know what I said? Federer has 5 levels. I don't want to repeat them. And Federer's match tonight against Tsitsipas was the lowest level, horrible. I didn't expect Federer to play beast mode. I am not crazy. I know that Federer cannot do 2 beast mode matches back to back, but I didn't expect him to go as low as horrible level, for God's sake. And do you know what the funny with this is? That what the funny thing is with all this is that Stefanos was not beast mode like Federer was beast mode against Djokovic, because some of you called Djokovic horrible. No, Djokovic was not horrible against Federer on Thursday. Federer was beast mode. Djokovic was average, maybe not even average. Djokovic was good level against Federer 2 days ago. And the difference here, the thing is that Stefanos was not beast mode. Stefanos did 27 unforced errors himself. Only 2 less unforced errors than Federer. Stefanos did 20 winners only. All in all, Stefanos makes 7 more unforced errors than winners. 7. Federer, 8 more. 8. Only 1 Stefanos is better in that department. Stefanos lands 63% first serves. It is not like Stefanos lands over 75 or 80 like Zverev did yesterday against Medvedev. 63, and he wins 64% of those first serves in. 64%. The difference also here is, of course, on the second points wins, of the second serve points wins. Federer wins only 44 of his second services. 46% of his second serves. And Stefanos wins 55. Why? It is not surprising. Federer is a bad returner. Federer was a beast mode returner on Thursday against Djokovic. He returned 85% of Djokovic's services on Thursday. Today, Federer went down to old sins with bad returns. That's why Stefanos wins 55% of his second serves. 55, because Federer is not making him pay. Federer is not making him pay. Why Stefanos doesn't make crazy of many first serves in. 63%. It is solid. It is not crazy numbers. So Stefanos, when Stefanos was forced to use his second serve, Federer didn't make him pay. On the other hand, Stefanos made Federer pay when Federer missed his first serve, which was a lot tonight, because Federer only landed 56% of his first serves in. So that's why Federer won only 46% of his second serves. Why? Because Stefanos makes him pay. Federer not making Stefanos pay when Stefanos misses his first serve. All in all, this was, and when Stefanos had his breakpoint opportunities, he was 3 out of 4 breakpoint opportunities. He won 3 out of 4 of his breakpoint opportunities. Stefanos was 75% of converting breakpoint opportunities. Federer was 8%. Stefanos, he saved 11 of 12 breakpoint opportunities against him. He was 92% of saving his breakpoint opportunities, his breakpoints against him. Federer, only 8%. You cannot be successful with these kind of numbers. But what makes me sad, what makes me angry, what makes me disappointment is that Stefanos was not impossible to beat. Stefanos was not on a beast mode. Stefanos was not superior. Just look at his numbers. I told you, 63% first serve in, 27 unforced errors, only 20 winners. But when you have Federer in this horrible mood, of course he will win the match. Of course. And many of you said on my comment section, Djokovic, he was horrible against Federer, blah, blah, blah. No, Djokovic was not horrible on Thursday. That was not Djokovic, that was not horrible mode Djokovic we saw on Thursday. This was horrible mode we saw Federer tonight. I will be always honest with my opinions. You know me, guys. I am not here to make the Federer fans happy, to make the Djokovic fans happy, to make the Rafa fans happy. I am here to give my honest opinions. This was horrible Federer tonight. It really was. Bad serving, bad returning, poorly conversion on break points. What did Federer do good? The only stat Federer did better than Stefanos here, the only stat, really, the two stats, was not making unforced, was not making double faults. Federer, I believe, did 0 double faults. Stefanos did 3 double faults, and winning the first percentage of first serves. Federer won, I believe, 70% of his first service, and Stefanos won 64%. This was the only 2 stats that Stefanos. That Federer was better than Stefanos. Only 2 stats. Not making double faults more than Stefanos, because Federer did none of the double faults, 0, Stefanos 3, and winning more percentage of first serves. Federer won 70% of first serves, and Stefanos 64. Even though Stefanos won straight sets this match, 6-3, 6-4, Stefanos actually won only 9 more points than Federer all in all. Only 9 more points. This shows that Stefanos didn't destroy Federer whatsoever. Stefanos just was more solid, more clutch, more consistent than Federer. Where was Federer's forehand? Federer's forehand was in vacation. Federer did 29 unforced errors. I didn't count how many of those unforced errors was with his forehand, but for sure 15 or more. For sure. His backhand was horrible as well. Federer's worst performance 2019 was this one. Federer saved the worst performance in 2019 in his last match. This match was Federer's worst performance. I believe that this match was even worse than that one than that one earlier this year in Melbourne against Stefanos Tsitsipas. Because in my opinion, in that Melbourne match 10 months ago when Stefanos defeated Federer in that 4th round, Stefanos did a better match than he did tonight. Stefanos was solid. I'm not saying that Stefanos was bad or horrible. Stefanos was solid, but not more than so, my friends. Not more than so. You know, guys, I've said it so many times. Federer beats himself more than what Nadal does and Djokovic does. Nadal never beats himself. I know Nadal was not superb against Zverev 6 days ago, but Nadal didn't beat himself. Nadal was not horrible. Nadal was average against Zverev 6 days ago. Because, you know, I've said it before, Nadal doesn't have that horrible level in him. He doesn't have it. Federer has it. He doesn't show it that all the time, Federer, but when Federer shows his horrible level, it is not beautiful to watch. This was not beautiful to watch. I have to be honest, this was not, every time Federer was hitting the ground strokes, both with his forehand and with his backhand, I was holding my breath. I don't know if will he make a ball onto the court, or will he shank the ball out to the crowd? Every time Federer was hitting the ball, I was nervous. I could immediately, after 2-3 games, see that Federer is not winning this. Because, you know, guys, you can see immediately when a player is not hitting the ball clean. You can see that. And this is the case why I don't believe Federer will win another Grand Slam title. Why? You cannot trust in his consistency level this late in his career. You just cannot. He can look beast mode in one match, and he can look horrible mode in one match. You just cannot. This was not the case with Federer when he was 25 years, 30 years old. He did horrible matches that time as well, time to times, but not, he was more, you could trust more in Federer's consistency level 10 years ago, because he was young, he was faster, he was sharper. It is pretty obvious. But now when he's 38 years old, he's older, he's a little slower, you cannot trust in Federer's consistent level. He does have that beast mode still in him, like we saw 2 days ago against Djokovic, but he doesn't show that way too often. He has the super great mode. He doesn't show that way too often. He showed that in Basel. He showed that against Djokovic. He showed that against Nadal in Wimbledon semi-final. He showed that against Djokovic 2 days ago, but he cannot show that all the time. He cannot show it way too often. Why? Because he's older, like I said, he's slower. He's not in his peak of his career, so this is not any surprise. But as a Federer fan, I have to be honest. I cannot sit here in front of the camera and say Federer was beast mode, Federer was super great mode, Federer was good mode, Federer was average mode. No, he didn't have any of these levels. He had this. He was horrible mode. And what makes me even more disappointed was that Tsitsipas was not beast mode. Tsitsipas was not super great mode. Tsitsipas, he was maybe good mode or average mode. Good mode or average mode. Make you pick yourself. But Tsitsipas was not beast mode. Tsitsipas was not super great mode. Forget it. And that's what makes me even more sad, even more disappointed. But Djokovic lost 2 days ago. You who are Djokovic fans, you should not be way too sad. Why? Because Djokovic was not horrible mode 2 days ago. Djokovic did 18 unforced errors and 14 winners. The differential was only 4 more unforced errors than winners. Federer, 8. And Federer, how was Federer serving? How was Federer returning? How was Federer on the breakpoint converted? Horrible. So how can I call this average? No, this was not average. I don't care if you guys will give me thumbs down. I will be honest. Guys, if I am not honest, I will never do these videos. I am not here to lie. People who lie, we have other YouTubers, I don't want to name their names. But Interi Fatmir, like my real name is, I am not here to lie. I am here to give my trust, my honest 100% opinions. This is what I saw tonight, and this was not a good level Federer. This was a horrible level Federer, and I said it. Tsitsipas on my preview will not let Federer go away with horrible or average level. He will not let him go away. And oh my dear God, he didn't let him do that. Am I surprised? No, because Tsitsipas is that kind of good player that he will not let you go away with horrible level or average level. Federer's level was horrible and Federer paid the price. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and bye bye.